pretty much right, hooked up, worked pretty good. We got a little rattle in the muffler after that. First time off the line, it bogged a little. Second time I gave it a little too much RPM, spun the tires. Third time hooked up pretty nice, a little less RPM. Thing hooked really hard. A lot of the guys think these bosses don't run. I'll tell you, at the low end, it worked really nice. Well, very rarely when you think of great muscle cars do you think of a Buick. You probably think of a Buick as your grandfather's car. Well, by 1970, they had it figured out. They had the 455 Stage 1, 510 foot-pounds of torque at 2,800 RPM. You were barely off idle, and you could roast the tires with that sort of torque. Think about this, a 69cc combustion chamber, intake ports that flowed better than the 455 Pontiac and the Chrysler. This motor weighed 72 pounds more than a small block Chevy and a whole 100 pounds less than a big block Chevy. The quadrajet carburetor, 730 CFM. Intake valves on the motor, two 12-inch intake, a 175 exhaust with great flowing heads. The combustion chamber was also designed, he was one of the first guys that understood how flame propagation worked in the combustion chamber, and he unshrouded the valves, making a very efficient head. These cars weren't lightweight. An automatic weighed 3,800 pounds, a 4-speed weighed 37 and change. Not all GSs had disc brakes, but when you ordered it, you got an 11-inch rotor in the front, which helped haul this car down.
Buick Motor Division certainly isn't known for building outrageous performance cars. Dealer said, hey, we need a muscle car. We've got to find a body platform.
So you had the chassis, you had all the ingredients to build a muscle car. They had the hardware, so why not? It's not too difficult to take it that extra step and jump into the ring.
You know, the factory engineers in particular, Buick, did a great job. They built probably one of the best sleepers of all time. Year One's had a fast race for the last 3 years at a Bristol Bash, and Buick's won it every year.
Well, I think the first or third run was the best. The second run, it just bogged off the line. You don't get a second chance here at a 60. It's not like a quarter mile where the pure grunt's going to take you through the top end. The first run, the car hooked up really nice. I think the 0 to 60 time is going to be good. The second run on the 1-2 shift, it felt like it slipped a little bit, so I'm not going to do a third run. I want to save this car